Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittaraya Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranamatulyam Ramanama Varanane Shri Ramanama Varanana Onnamaiti Sahasranamatulyam. Okay, this is session number 2, session number 82 I should say. So Dvyashati Tamaha Vargaha. This is July 10 again 2010. This is the Ramayanam section. So last time we had left off at this number 43. I think first half we were doing last time. Khargancha parama pritaha tuni chakshaya sayakau. So we were down here in the translation, anuvada bhage. He accepted the bow and the sword and pair of quivers containing inexhaustible store of arrows. This is what we did last time, akshaya sayakau. So now we should read the 43rd shloka, Uttarardha, and start from there. So Vasatas from here. Vasatastasya Ramasya vane vanachais saha tushyo bhyagaman sarve vadayasura rakshasam. Let's take up to there because we have a tingantam padam abhyagaman. They'll form one vakyam. So I mentioned to you before is that, shloka doesn't mean this is, one vakyam or it is more than one vakyam, less than one vakyam. It's prayana ekasmin shloke ekam vakyam griyate. In one shloka you'll have one vakyam for the most part. But it could be, less than one. Nyunam api bhavet, adhikam api bhavet. It can be more also. So you have to look at tingantam padam, and that's where generally you stop. Look at the tingantam padam ekating vakyam, and then see all the connecting parts to that tingantam padam. So here we have abhyagaman is a tingantam padam. So vasatastasya ramasya vane vanacharais saha rishyo bhyagaman sarve vadhayasura rakshasam. If you look at the next quarter, you will see that satesham pratishrava rakshasanam tadavane. That pratishrava is the next tingantam padam. So that will be a pruthak vakyam. Okay. The only kind of footnote here is that if there is a yattat padam, if there is a relative clause and a main clause, they may each have a tingantam padam. So you can have a clause also with tingantam padam. It will not make the whole vakyam. So that's, but you will come recognize, you can have like a yada, tada, yasya, saha. So you can have, this kind of thing. But if there is if there is no relative clause, if there is no clause there, then one thing will make a vakyam generally. So one more time, and others, if you want to keep your life simple, you can just look at the translation. Look at the translation. So in the beginning, you can get the practice from there. So what we have is, while he was sojourning in the forest, etc., the rishis came with a request to make short work. So it's a full stop paryantam, virama paryantam. So that is what we have from the Vasatastasya Ramasya vane vanacharais saha rishyo bhyagaman sarve vadhayasura rakshasam. To try, Ravi, if you want to do Padacheda for us and see if you can make some sense out of this. So,
yes, Satish.
Okay, go ahead.
Vasataha tasya ramasya vane vanacharaihi saha rishayah abhyagaman sarve vadhayasuhu.
No. Try again. It will be vadhaya.
Oh, vadhaya.
Sura
rakshasam.
Or it could be atva asura rakshasam. Asura atva asura rakshasam. So asura rakshasam api sambhavati atva asura rakshasam. We'll see that. We'll paschat rakshamaha. We see how both are possible, because you can make an adjective asura. For example, in Bhagavad Gita chapter 69, Daivasura sampattihi, the asura sampatti. So you can have a word asura, of course, you all know. Sura virodhi is asura, but then you can have tasya bhava is you can have the asura also from that. So right now we keep a choice. This is the thing about the akasami dirgha, right? You can have vadhaya plus asura rakshasam. We give vadhaya asura rakshasam. Atsa vadhaya plus asura rakshasam. Asura rakshasam will also give the same form, vadhaya asura rakshasam. Okay, so now you want to try vibhaktis of that because the prajapati comes.
Yeah, so vasataha is a kta pratyayanta.
No, vasataha, if you first it will become vasatasya, it will become vasatasya.
Vasatasya.
But vasat this is Ramavat Shabda asti chet, prathama vibhakti bhavet. Prathama rupam syat. So it will not be, vasataha will not be Ramavat over here because it will not match with the tasya Ramasya. It's most likely samaj. Always look at samajikaranam. If you have trouble, always more than half the time you'll find something in samajikaranam to help you out. Particularly like Ramayanam, there's so many adjectives floating around that you'll generally get lucky and find something. So this tasya and ramasya is samajikaranam with vasataha. Tasmat shashti ekavachanam bhavet. Pratyah nyas asti. Prakriti ka syat. It has to be vasat. Vasat like pachat shabda. It is present participle. So it's a shatru pratyaya vasat. Vasat means dwelling, one who is dwelling. So while that Rama was dwelling there in that forest, this is a special use of shashti by the way, because shashti normally you look at sambandha. I think many of you must have heard the term sati saptami, which means when one thing happens, then something else happens. Okay. And we can go to Gita for a quick example, is that Sishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. Sishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. So when the women get corrupted, then actually in the first chapter of Gita you have two of these. I think we have done this in one of the prior classes. Pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudyamya pandavaha. Let's take that one first. Rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. Pravritte shastra sampate. So when the downpour of arrows had started, then Arjuna asked Shri Krishna. Here it is. Pravritte shastra sampate. Saptami ekavachanam is pravritte shastra sampate. So yada shastra sampataha pravrittaha asit tada, at that time. This is a Panini Sutram called Yasya cha bhavena bhava lakshanam. It's a Vishesha Saptami. It is called Sati Saptami. Sati means that when this Kashika says is that Yasya cha kriyaya kriyantaram lakshyate. So when by one kriya you get the timing of another kriya. So when the arrows were coming down, as they were coming down at that time, when they are in English the on in English is Saptami, Sati Saptami by the way. So on the arrows, on the downpour of arrows starting, then Arjuna asked Krishna. So that is what is called the Yasya cha bhavena bhava lakshanam. I know not too much Vyakaranam in this class, but for those who want to Vishesha Jidnyasu asti chet, somebody wants to know details, Kramankam dasyami, I'll give you the number, Yatra Vistaraha Drashtum Shakyate. You can look at the details in that sutram, is 2337. Now we don't have Saptami right now, but this is the most common example is the Saptami. So Prayana Saptami eva drishyate. You can mostly see Saptami only. So Yasya cha bhavena bhava lakshanam. Then Shashti cha anadare. That's what we need right now. Okay, the Gita, second example, Gita quickly. Gita is Trishu dushtasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraha. So when the women get corrupted, then the intermixture takes place. I think, let me see. Okay, here it is, number 41. Sishu dushtasu. So on the women getting corrupted, then jayati varna sankara. Second example in the Gita of the Sati Saptami or Yasya cha bhavena bhava lakshanam. Bhava means kriya. In the sutram, Panini means kriya. So, yasya kriyaya kriyantaram lakshyate. So that is what Ashtadhyayi says. And then Shashti cha anadare. So Shashti cha anadare apivati. Shashti can also mean anadare. It can mean, it may not be. So now in our case, what we have is here is we have this example. That's why we show you Ramayana. But I don't think there's an example of this sutram of Shashti cha anadare. There may be somewhere in Gita, but it's definitely not very common. I cannot think of one. Actually, you can find one. But anyway, let's leave it for the time being. Let's look at Ramayana right now. And what we have is that vasatas tasya ramasya vasataha. Vasat means dwelling. Vasat pratipadikam. It is the what's called the vartamani krudantaha. Vartamani krudantaha is this lat pratyaha, which is vartamani lat, can take the adesha of shatru or shanat. Shatru means ending in at, like vartamana, And the same shloka which we saw in Gita in the first half, Pashyan, Shrinvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Nashtan, Gachan, Sapan, Shasan. So Pashyan is Prathama of Pashyat Pratipadikam. Pashyat means seeing. Shrinvat means hearing. But in Sanskritam, ete visheshanani vartante. These are adjectives. Like in English, we are hearing, you are hearing, he is hearing, everybody is hearing. But it is not like this over here. So it says Pashyan aham. So it becomes Pashyan. Then Pashyanti sa. She who is watching. Pashyanti she'll become. We'll qualify that it has to be declined according to who it's qualifying. So there's a difference in this language is that these have to be declined. Unlike in English it becomes avya. So vasataha tasya ramasya. So as or when, even as in English, even as he was dwelling there, even as tasya ramasya, even or while, in English you just say while that Rama, Lord Rama was dwelling, the vasati, dhatu is vaspade, vasati. The vas comes in two ganas, one is first gana and second gana. First gana is nivase, I think vasta nivase, is to dwell. Second one is to clothe, like vastram, except that comes in second gana, vaste, I think it is. So vasataha tasya ramasya, special shashti. There's no sambandha here with any other noun. It's not ramasya vane. There's no sambandha. So in fact, that's another hint for you. When you don't see a sambandha for a shashti, you look for these kinds of meanings then, extra meaning. The first thing is, the sheshe. Sheshe means sambandha. So we don't have that there. Because tasya ramasya vasata is samadhikaranam. So there's nothing connecting with another noun over here. So sambandha bhavat, arthantaram, arthantara anveshanam kartavyam. See another meaning you have to find. Okay. So instead of Sati Saptami, we can call it Satashashti. Satashashti, the same thing. Same thing means it is a similar kind of explanation. And you can also have it anadare, by the way. In spite of. So you can say putrasya rudataha. Pita nirgatavan. So even while the child, in spite of the child crying, the father left. So putrasya rudataha. So in spite of, disrespecting, disregarding. That may not fit here too well. Disregarding him, in spite of him staying there. I don't think we don't need that. I think we can just keep it as the bhavi and the bhava lakshanam. So while that Rama was dwelling there. Okay, so that's the meaning of this shashti. It is what is called the bhavi and the bhava lakshanam, satash shashti. It's another form of the much more common Sati Saptami, which you'll see many more times. And this can also be used anadare, which means disregarding or in spite of, disrespecting, which we don't need over here. Okay, there's a question here. Okay. All right. So then vane is, of course, Saptami Ekvachanam. Vanacharaihi saha. So this also Pani Sutram, Sahayukte Pradhane. Sahayukte Pradhane. Apradhan, which is like for example, we say, Putren Saha Pita Agachati. So the father is coming with his son. The son doesn't have Pradhanatvam. apradhanaha, putraha. So he will take the tritiya vibhakti. Tritiya, which is comes when someone is like tags along, with father comes with the son. So Ramaha vasati, that is he is pradhanaha. Manacharaihi saha, he dwells with the forest dwellers. The vanacharaha is a upapada samasaha. Is vane charati iti vanacharaha. Vane charati iti vanacharaha. In fact, this dhatu chara has a special Panini sutram called chareshtaha. Chareshtaha. Adhikaranat. So it is all these upapada samasas, I don't know if I mentioned in the class, but they are, prayana तृतीयस्य अध्यायस्य द्वितीयस्य पादस्य पूर्वभागे सर्वाणि सूत्राणि लभ्यन्ते तत्सम्बन्धिनी सूत्राणि, which gives us all the dhatu upasarga, dhatu pratyaya combination which form upada samasas. The beginning is, I think, will have chareshtaha somewhere there in 3-2. I think go up 3-1 karmanyan should be chareshta. Chareshta is 3-16. Dhatu char can be used with an upapadam in the sense of in that moving around like nishacharaha. Nishayam charati nishacharaha. So 3-16 is a sutram. Pratyaya is sta, by the sutram chutu only remains. So it will bring the e in the feminine, become nishachari in the feminine, like vanachari. So that upada samasaha, vane charati iti vanacharaha. So vanacharaihi saha, along with the forest dwellers. So this is the, so far we only have the bhava lakshanam. It's only gives the timing of this next kriya. So as or while, even as that Rama was dwelling in the forest, along with the forest dwellers. Of course, saha is navyam padam. Vanacharaihi, like Rama is Ramavat shabdaha, atobisa is, so vridhirechi, so we get the vanacharaihi. Then rishayaha abhyagaman, that is the it is the mukhya vakyam, the main sentence. Rishayaha abhyagaman. Rishaya, of course, is like harivat shabdaha, rishi, so you get the jasicha gunaha, and becomes rishaye plus the jas pratyaha echayavayavaha rishayaha. Rishayaha is the prathama bahuvachanam of the rishi pratipadikam. It's also a good habit, by the way. Is that all these words which you are looking at, you should try to find a Shabda Manjari or the Dhatu Rupa Manjari. If you can get the form, if you don't know the sutra also, it might be okay. At least you can get the form Rishayaha. You say Harivat. That's all. Rishayaha, Harivat, Prathama Bahuvachanam Pullinge. That much you should know, or you should be able to know. I mean, for some is very easy for us now. Like Vasataha Pachatvat Pratipadikam. Shashti ekvachanam pullinge. So tasya pratipadikam is tat. Shashti ekvachanam is also pullinge. The Ramasya, of course, Ramavat. Vane is Vanavat. Vanacharaihi Ramavat. Sahitya avyam padam. It's an avyam. And then abhyagaman. What kind of form is Ravi, you think? Can you take a shot at this?
This is lung satish.
Lung, very good. It's a lung lakara. Now how do you derive at that lung?
So abhi and ar upasargas.
Abhi and a. Then agaman.
Then agaman. So agamat, agamatam, agaman.
Okay, but why is not lang lakara then?
So lung we would have got agachat, agachatam, agachan.
Very good. Because the gana vikaranam, that's sambandhi karyam nudrishyate. Because what happened is that the simple way to understand lung is that you will see the same ad atva ad agamaha. And then, sadrisham, sadrisha pratyaha, pratyakaryam, sadrisham pratyakaryam, similar work with the pratyaha. But inside, there is no gana vikaranam, and tat sambandhi karyam no drishyate. So, tena nyatavyaha ayam lung prayaga iti. You have to know that from that this is a lung prayaga. Because you know all the rules for lung. Actually, this is one of the easiest forms of lung. I'll tell you why in a second. But even if you don't know any of that, the fact that, first of all, here the upasarga is creating some complication, some complication. So we have to first undo that, because the adagamaha, spashtam na drishyate. You cannot see it clearly, because the fact it is eaten up by the akasami dirgha in there. So as Ravi said, we have abhi plus A plus Agaman. So unfortunately, you may not catch the Ada Agamaha very quickly because Akasami Dirghas happen between the A and Agaman. Okay, that's one thing. One more thing is that you can look at the meaning also. Anuvade likitam kemiti. Called on him. Called Bhavu iti Bhutakala Prayoga. Bhutakala Prayoga Drishyate. So we can only be lung atva lung. It's not lit program. Lit will be like, abhya jagmuho. The abhyasa will be there. So now between the lung and the lung normally will be the sandeha. So lung lungo ho sandeha jayate madhye. So then what you do is that the lung form will have the same anga karyam as in lat lakara. So gam becomes gacchati. Because of this, ishiyami gamam chaha, gam becomes gaccha. If you know gacchati, as simple, I think most of us know gacchati is simple form. And this is not having that form, this abhyagaman. That gaccha, the shabda rupam na drishyate. You don't see that form gaccha in here. And if you know it's a past tense, it has to be lung. There's no other choice. So this is the way to learn the lung lakaraha, is to spot the adagamaha. Spot the same, this nit sambandhi karyam, which is the itascha sanyogantascha lopaha. The same work you do in the lung lakaraha. But the anga karyam is different. And so without knowing too much grammar, you'll be able to spot that this is not like, there is no gaccha form in here. This cannot be lung. Gaccha, gam did not become gaccha. For example, take a word like abhut and abhavat. Now, this dhatu is bhu. I think we all know the form bhavati. Bhavati, I think, sarvaihi asmabhi jnatam idam rupam bhavati iti. Bhavati, you know. In the form abhavat, you see that bhava karyam drishyate. But abhut, you see the word abhut, adagama asti, itascha sutram, sutrasya prabhava drishyate. You can see the effect of itascha sutram. The ending ta is there. So the agama is the same, the ending pratyaya is the same, but the bhu didn't become bhava. Now, the rules you can look up afterwards what they are. But if you just want to move on and just get the meaning and the lakaraha, you can just, this is not lung, this has to be lung. So without knowing too much grammar, if you look at the form abhut, you can say this is third person singular prasapadi lung rupam. Similarly, another example, like apashyat, they were apashyat, and adrakshit. So clearly, this pashyati, I think we all know pashyati. Apashyat has to be the lung form, and adrakshit will be the lung form. Of course, a lot of things are happening. Adrakshit, dhatu drish has taken some amagamaha, and all things are happening, but it is not lung lakara, because pashya, shabda rupam na drishyate. So same thing here, because abhyagaman is that the gaccha was not seen here. So that means the lung lakara is not possible here. So this must be the lung lakara, because the adagama is there. The ending also confirms that you look at the adagama or adagama as the case may be, yathochitam, and then the pratyaya karyam, pratyaya sambandhi karyam, samanam bhavati. Why is that? Because that is nit sambandhi. Lakara is known as a nit, there will be the same karyam. But in middle, the angam will be different. Will have different angam. So that's how you know that this is actually a third person singular, which you can see from the ending. The anti became itaschan and sanyogantasya lopaha. That one, third person singular, and it's a lung rupam. I'm sorry, lung rupam. Okay. Now, if you want to know why it's one of the easiest forms of lung lakara is that if this dhatu has this r as an it, so dhatu has r, this vowel r, which is this one, this one, ridit. If it's ridit, I can barely pronounce that, I'm sorry. But let me see, how would I put this one? This one, ridit. Rid as an it, ridit. In that case, it takes only the pratyaya, only the comes in there, and becomes a very easy form to spot. Very easy form to spot because the angam becomes gama. Once you get gama, it's same as gacha. In terms of the shesha karyam, it is same as the karyam as in gacha. So then if you get as Ravi said out, agachat, agachatam, agachan, agachaha, agachatam, agachata, agacham, agachava, agachama, iti lang rupani. Tadunusarena agamat, agamatam, agaman, agamaha, agamatam, agamata, agamam, agamava, agamama. Instead of gacha, you replace gama. That's it. The same forms. So this is one of the easiest forms of the lung lakaraha. The sutram is valid 3155. Pushadi, jutadi, ruditaha, first padeshu. You get the angadesha. Ang means halantyam, only a remains. So this creates adantam angam. The angam is created as adantam angam is created. So once you use the dhatu, this dhatu by the way is called gamr. Gamr in the dhatu patha, the dhatu is gamr. So it's like this. Gamr. I guess we also have that. Gamr. So once you see the l as an if, we feel very happy. Tena harsha jayate. Yataha is the lung rupani is sugamani. Very, very easy lung forms are created because it just adds the to the dhatu. There is no idhagama headaches because the ang, there is no also gunavriddhi possible. And you just take the lung forms, replace the angam by this, adding this to the dhatu, and most of the time you get very nice, easy forms. But as I said, even if you don't want to go there, put the number there by the way. The number for this sutram is 3155. 55. Okay. If you want to look at details, you can look this up. So that's just a background knowledge for you. But just looking at the ending, looking at the adagamaha, looking at gam did not become gacha is enough for you to get the meaning and the form. So Rishya Abhyagaman means that the approached him, approached. The rishi is approached. Then Sarve Rishaya Samadhikaranam is that survey. So what's the sutram here, Ravi? Why not we didn't get Sarvaha?
Is it Jasashi?
Jasashi. Jasashi, yes, because when you have the Sarvanama, when you have the Sarvanama Shabdaha.
Adanta Sarvanama.
Adanta Sarvanama, yes, one more important thing. Then you get the she, just with she Adesha. So that's what happens, Jasashi. Where would that be, Ravi?
I have no idea, Satish.
This is Pratya Adesha, 7.1. Jasashi. So 7.1 and Pratya Adesha, all will come in 7.1. So I think if you look at that one, it should come there because all the just is a pratyaya, right? So all the replacement of pratyayas come in 7.1. And I don't want to spend too much Panini in this class, but so it's be something which you already done in the class, in the prior class. So it should be some of the sakat.
17. 7117.
7117, right? Just a sheet right here. Because Sarvanamnaha, just as Ravi said, it's from Atobisa is Ataha is coming there, just a she. Okay, so the fact that this didn't become Sarvaha, so Nayam Ramavat Shabdaha, it's not Ramavat. That much you should know. It's not Ramavat Shabdaha. So Sarve, because of it's Sarvanama Shabdaha, becomes Sarve. Then Vadhaya. Vadhaya.
Vadhaya is like
yes.
Nijanta, Satish.
Go ahead.
Is it like a Nijanta?
Which one, the Vadhaya?
Vadhaya.
No, Vadhaya is only Chaturthi of Vadha.
Oh.
Like Ramaya. So Vadham Pras, but for the sake of is, and one more sutra of Panini is there, if you have a Tumun Prayogaha, and the Tumum is suppressed, then whatever the karma of the Tumun takes Chaturthi. For example, you can say, Dhanam Praptum Gramam Gacchati. He goes to the village to get some money. You can say Dhanaya Gramam Gacchati. So if you take the Praptum out of there, and the karma of the Praptum was the Dhanam, you make a Chaturthi of that. So similarly, Vadham Prarthayitum Abhyagaman. Vadhaya Abhyagaman. means vadam prathayitum, means to actually here also, actually looking at the commentary yesterday, Govinda Raja has given all kinds of nice commentaries here. And I think he mentions Sutram also, Govinda Raja. It says, Vanacharaihi saha vanam prathayitum. He says, Kriyatapapadasya cha karmani sthaninaha, which is sthaninaha. So this tuman is a sthani. This is not actually being used. Karmani, tasya karmani, in the sense of the karma of that chaturthi, iti chaturthi vibhakti. So he says, vadam karayitum prathayitum va abhyagaman. So they came to either get the vada is, it is maranam, destruction, hananam. So they came to accomplish, to get it done, or to request the destruction of the. Now the last part is the asura rakshasam, athva asura rakshasam. There are also, vividha prakarahi vyakshyatam. It has been commented in various ways. Now in the word asura itself is a compound. Na suraha asuraha. One who is not asura is asuraha. Now this what's called, Panini calls a nyang pratyaha, nyai. It's interesting, sutram, Panini has a sutram just called nyai. This nyai actually becomes a akaraha when this nyai, when it comes to usage, it immediately becomes a nakar lopaha, no lopo nanyaha. And then if it's followed by ajadi pratipadika, it becomes an, like anantam, anadi, anuktam. So the nyai becomes a, and if the tasma nud achi, if it's followed by a ajadi pratipadikam, that takes a nut agamaha, it becomes a, whatever that might be, an anantam, and anuchitam. So that's what happens. Here we have sura beginning with a sakara. There will be no nudagama for that sura. That is not a ajadi pratipadikam. So here we have should be 2.2 beginning sutram called nai. This is a sutram called nai, where we made the negation samasaha nai. Okay, but no, nai comes in various meanings. What does it mean by na suraha? One is not a demon, not a god. I'm sorry. Na suraha means not a god. Na suraha. So this actually just comes various meanings, and the one that is given here is that one can be virodharthaha. Virodharthaha. So it may be that it comes in the meaning of the opposite to that. Opposite. This is an example of that. For example, adharma. Adharmaha. Adharmaha means that it is dharma. Viruddha is adharmaha. Now you can have, maybe you can have in the meaning of sadrishyam also, means similar. For example, this is what they give. Tat sadrishyam abhavascha tad anyatvam tadalpata. So it can be similar to that, it can be absence of that. Tad anyatvam, it can be different from that. Tad alpata, it can be small amount of that. Then aprashastyam, it means that it is something which is not good, not praiseworthy. Aprashastyam. So tiraskararthe. Virodhascha nanyarthaha shat prakrititaha. 6 meanings of the nyai pratyaya. So in anytime you have a nyai pratyaya, so you can say, for example, let's say word anantam. It's like not having an end. So you can abhava, absence of an end. Anantam. But examples are like this. Tat sadrishyam. Akshatriya manaya. Means that bring a non-kshatriya. Would you want to bring a man? You cannot bring like a dog or a stone or something like that. It's called sadrishyam. So bring me a non-kshatriya. Akshatriya manaya means kshatriya sadrisham, manushyam anaya ityarthaha. So it can be a tad bhinna parantu tad sadrisha. Different from kshatriya, but similar to him. It should be a man. Don't get me, an animal or something. That's called tat sadrishyam. Or abhavaha. It can say apapam. So papanam abhavaha apapam. This is absence of that. Then tad anyatvam. Like anashyamanaya. Bring me something which is not a horse. It can be a donkey or something like that. Something different from that. It can be different from that. It can be tad alpata. It can be a small amount of that. For example, you can say anudara kanya. This Kanya has no waist. It's a small waist she has, very slim-waisted Kanya. Anudara Kanya. And Aprashastyam. It can be somebody who is very despicable in that class. For example, he says, this is from the Mahabhashyam, by the way. Abrahmano yam yastishtan mutrayati. This who urinates while standing, he's not a Brahmana. Means Kuchita Brahmana. So he is only, a despicable Brahmana. So this means that he is that, but he's not really that, because he's that only in like a lowly. That's what they say. The last one, Virodha. What we have right now, Asuraha Adharmaha. So Sura Viruddha. So now this can be taken as an adjective for the Rakshasam, Asura Rakshasam. So for the destruction of those demons who were opposed to the gods, Asura Rakshasam. So in that case, we can take as a Visheshanam for the Rakshasam. You can also make it Dvandva, Asura and Asurascha Rakshansi cha. Asura Rakshansi. We can make it like that. So it can be that, but then this can little bit of Punarukti dosha is there, because already said Asura, the same Rakshasa is almost similar, overlapping meaning is there. The meaning is overlapping. So how do you justify that? Of course, then you can take the ones which are opposed to the gods, like the Kabanda, etc. They are Asuras, and Kharadeha Rakshansi. They are the ones who create trouble on earth. I guess they are the Rakshasa. So you can say that, or the one possibility you can make it Asura Rakshasa. Now Asura is this also, I think Govindaraja gives this one. He says, what says Asurani? It says Asuraha, Asura Rakshansi, Asurani, Asura Prakritini Rakshansi. Is those who have a demoniac nature. So those Rakshasas who have Asura Prakriti. So that could be another meaning of the word Asura Rakshasam. So we get various meanings are possible. You can take it a Karmadharya with Asura itself. You can take it a Karmadharya with the Asura. You can make it a Dvandva Samasa with Asura. If you look at the Anuvadaha over here, take it as a Dvandva. They said that the demons and ogres, that's what they have done. So they have not made like the demoniac ogresses, they have not done it like that. So they had not put the Visheshanam. They have put it as a Dvandva Samasaha. Asura Rakshansi. Then we have to make it Asurascha Rakshansi Chiri Dvandvaha. You can make it like that. Okay, so then that is the, and that's the Shashtiyantam Padam, Sambandha with the Vadha. So Asura Atva Asura Rakshasam Vadhaya. Vadam Prarthayitum Kahariyitum Va. Sarve Rishayaha Abhyagaman. They approached, and then Tasya Ramasya Tatra Vasataha, Vane Vasataha. So even as, or while, Sri Rama was dwelling in the forest, along with the forest dwellers, Vanucharaihi Saha. They came. Okay, who wants to, I think, what's you want to do translation, which will be fairly straightforward. Oh yes, you can. There's another thing where Ramakrishna's question is saying that you can also make Asura has different etymologies are given by Asuras, by the way. It says Asushu Ramante iti Asuraha. So Ratu Ram, you can add Pratyaya Da, you can make it probably is that one who delight in their, I guess, in their prana, in their life breath. You can make it another meaning. Actually, even Apteji gives one more etymology. I think when you had the Samudra Manthanam, this Sura, who didn't get the Sura, they were Asuras also. So there are various possible to describe this word Asura. Let me see if I can quickly read out to you. The word Asura says that Sura Pratigraha Devaha Suraha. Because they got the Sura. So Sura Pratigraha Devaha Suraha. Iti Abhivishrutaha. They called the Suras. Apratigrahanat Tasyaha Daityascha Asuras Tatha. So they became Asuras because they didn't get the Sura in the Samudra Manthanam. So a lot of things are possible, and there are other ways also you can. I think in this word has been described in detail in a lot of places. I think this is I think Nirukti also is given that Asurataha. Sthaneshu na sushtu rataha. Sthaneshu chapalaha ityartaha. So a lot of meanings are given. Okay, so let's see. Vasu, you want to try this one? Give a translation. Okay, ready? Sajjo Sikkim, are you ready? No, he's not ready, I guess. Okay, Vasu, your mic is not working. I saw your hand being raised. Oh, I didn't mute you. I'm sorry. I didn't mute you. Mama dosha. Okay, all right, here we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. So while the aforesaid, what's the aforesaid? What could it be? Tasya. Purvaktasya. Tasya Ramasya. Aforesaid. Tasya. Ramaha is?
Ramasya.
It goes with the while. So while Rama, so Ramasya. That is the Satashashti. So Bhavana Bhavana. Was sojourning.
Vanacharaihi.
No.
Sahacharaihi.
No, Vasataha. Vasataha. Vasat. While he was dwelling. Vasataha. Vasataha is the sojourning. In the forest.
Vane.
Vane. With the foresters.
Vanacharaihi.
Vanacharaihi. Again, Vane charanti iti vanacharaha. All this, all. What is all?
Sarve.
Sarve. The seers.
Rishayoh.
Rishayaha. Called on him.
Abhyagaman.
With a request to make short work. What does that mean? That is vadhaya. That is vadam prarthayitum. Okay. That's the chaturthi of that vadasana. Then of the demons and ogres that we discussed, that is Asura Rakshasam. This is like this is Sakaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdaha. But this is Tatpurusha in any case. Whether we take it as, take it as Dvandva, you can take it as this is Dvandva translation wise, or you can take it as Tatpurusha. In any case, this is Paraval Lingam, Dvandva Tatpurusha Yoho. Paraval Lingam, Dvandva Tatpurusha is the Pani Sutram. Paraval Lingam is that in the Dvandva Samasaha or Tatpurusha Samasaha, Paraval Lingam. So Yad Lingam Parapadasya, Tad Lingam Samastapadasya. So whatever Lingam is there of the Uttarapadam, that will be the same lingam of the samasa. So this will be the, that's only for Dvandva Tatpurusha. Avibhavas become Napumsakam all the time. And Bahuvri is Anyapada Pradhanaha. It depends on Anyapadam. Okay, that was good. Now the next one is a bit difficult one now. Now there are a lot of shashtis over here. I'll give you a kind of a prelude to this one, okay? Okay, what's the question also? Yes, what's it?
Yeah. For beginners like me, sometimes I think I understand and I get thrown off scale. First I read Asura Rakshasam. Somehow I got the meaning in my head, Rakshanartham for Rakshasam.
Oh, Rakshanartham, no. Doesn't make any sense. Shashti Bhavachanam. How will you get the meaning? How will you get the Pratya Am, but? Rakshanartham, how will you get the Shashti Bhavachanam? But
that's what I'm saying, that if you don't clearly understand
if you don't do the grammar, that's what happens. Because you know the word Asura, you know what Rakshas.
Why would he protect the Asuras?
Viruddhartha.
Yeah.
So that's what the Vibhakti is. That's why we go through Vibhakti in the class, you know. That's because what does Vadhaya mean? What does Vasatastasya mean? What does Rakshasam, Shashti Bhavachanam, what does it mean, you know? In fact, the next one, what is Vanacharaihi Tritya Sakimartham Pravita Tritya? Because Saha, Karab Saha. That's this, yeah, you have to do the Vibhaktis religiously. Even I get thrown off sometimes. When I go really fast, you know, I don't, because you have to really go through Vibhaktis one by one and make sure that you make the connections. Next one is going to be a little bit difficult one. Next three, you know, Trayaha Padaha. So, Trishu Padeshu, Bahuni Padani Drishyante, Shashthyanta Padani. Tesham Sambandha Katham Kartavyah. Iti Paryayaha api bhavanti. Vartante. There are many choices also. So let's look at that, and you can say, you know, let's see if Karthik can do this one. Let's see what he has to say. Karthik, you ready?
Yes, Satish.
Okay, you can take from up to, see what Gita Press has taken up to the end of this. What Gita Press has done is that I think they've taken the this one, the Sa Tesham Pratishushrav Rakshasanam Tadavane, then Tesham Rishinam Agnikalpanam Dandakaranya Vasina iti Visheshanattvena Grihitamatra. This taken as adjective has been taken up here. And then idam putam vakyam, putak vakyam. Pratignyatascharamen vadasanyati rakshasam. If you read all three words together, you will get Satesham Pratishushrav Rakshasanan Tadavane Pratignyatascharamen vadasanyati rakshasam Rishinam Agnikalpanam Dandakaranya Vasinam. One more time. Again, if I said it many times, if you don't understand anything, just read loudly and, get the meaning in English at least, and then keep on reading, Shanai Shanaihi Kramena Kramena Jnanam Jayeta Eva. Jayeta. It'll always definitely, it'll come. Satesham Pratishushrav Rakshasanan Tadavane Pratignyataschramena Vadasanyati Rakshasam Rishinam Agnikalpanam Dandakaranya Vasinam. And when you do this with Ramayanam, you can do the same, of course Gita is first, and then you can do the same thing with Vyakaranam with Siddhanta Kaumudi. Take Siddhanta Kaumudi and keep on reading. In the beginning, 80% will go over your head. Even 90%. 95% also is okay. But you got 5%, which is a lot. Siddhanta, if you get 5%, Siddhanta Kaumudi is a lot. Then you read again, you get another 2%, 3%. Keep on reading like that. If you want to know Vyakaranam, so the Moola Grantha right now for us is Siddhanta Kaumudi. Kashika also is very good. Kashika, you get the Ashtadhyayi Kramaha. Siddhanta Kaumudi is where you get at least most of the answers. If you really want to learn Vyakaran, this is what we are doing in the first half of the class. We are doing in the Laghu Siddhanta Kaumudi. Exams from Gita. So same thing you are doing, you can do there also you can do. So Vyakaran Vishaya api kartum shakyate. So you can take that and you can keep on reading, you'll get the meaning slowly. So quickly, let's do the Padacheda, let's do the Vibhakti, see what we can do. Okay, so we're going to start Saha.
Saha.
Padacheda first.
Saha. Tesham.
Tesham.
Pratishushraava.
Pratishushraava.
Rakshasanam.
Technically speaking, even that is this Putak Padam, Pratishushraava. Because the Tingantam Padam na samasyate. You cannot form compound with Tingantas. So it is Pratishushraava.
Rakshasanam.
Rakshasanam.
Tada.
Vane.
Pratignyataha.
Cha.
Ramena. Vadaha. Sanyati. Rakshasam. Rishinam. Agnikalpanam. Dandakaranya Vasinam.
Okay. Vibhakti Vicharaha.
Saha would be Pullinga Prathama Purusha Ekavachana. Sorry.
Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana.
Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. And then it is standing for whom? It is
Ramaha.
Rama. Atra Vikalpanas. There is only no possibility. Only be Ramaha. Okay. Hari has a question. I think Hari, your mic is not working. Hari, you can maybe can you hear me, Hari? I think your mic is. Did you log in? Hari, your mic is not. Your speaker is not working. I think, Hari. You can type your question. We can put if you have a question. Okay, I'll keep you unmuted in case you come back. Okay. Okay. So Saha Ramaha. Then Tesham is.
Tesham is Shashti Bahuvachanam. Pullinga that refers to Rishinam, the Rishis.
Yeah, that's this is Tesham Rakshasanam Athva Tesham Rishinam. It is Sandhya Jaya. Okay, that's the question now. If you say Tesham Rishinam, then where is the sambandha of the Shashti?
I think Rishayaha from the previous sentence, it's connecting.
So Tesham is Shashti Bahuvachanam. Like Tesham Karyam, Tesham Vachanam, Tesham Anugraha, whatever. What is Tesham what? Okay, hold on to the thought for the time being. Then Pratishushraava. What is that going on here?
Litlakara. Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam.
Ekavachanam. Dhatu Shru. Dhatu shuru. What happening is that, as I mentioned to you, lit is only parokshe lit. So prayana pratham purusha prayogaha eva drishyante. You can only see the third person forms, and the tip tasji become null atusus yatha sankhyam. Pratyar null like in Dhritarashtra vacha anubandha lope chutu halantyam. That na will cause the vriddhi of the shru become shrau, become echo yava yavaha become shrava. Will be abhyasa will be done. Liti dhatur anabhyasa. Liti dhatur anabhyasasya. So you can shru haladi shesha. In abhyasa you can have hal shishyate yadi adischet. Only the hal can only stay with the beginning member. So that becomes shu. So very quickly I've done that for you. Dhatu was shru. Duplication is there. In the duplicated abhyasa bhagaha, you can only have a consonant surviving which is the first member. So if you have sh, ra, u, the repa is not the first member, it will be lopaha. So you got shu, then su, shu, shru, null. Because of the null, you got the vriddhi of the shru becomes shrau, echo yavava become shushrava. What's the meaning of pati shushrava? Who is the karta of this, by the way?
Saha
Rama. Because it's prathama purusha ekvachanam. So Saha Rama pati shushrava. So pati shushrava can have a couple of meanings now. Let me also give you a heads up over here. The small problem is that in next para it says pati jnatascha ramena. This prati plus jna, prati plus shru can have samana tulyartha. So you don't have what's called a punurukti dosha. Punurukti means repetition of the same thing. Then it should not be there. If you look at translation, though, they have kind of done the same way. Is that Shri Rama then agreed, and then it was promised by Rama. So it is kinchit punurukti dosha drishyate. So we can hold on to the thought for time being. So you have these three issues you have. You have the issue of the Shashti. It can go with Tesham Rishinam Yatha Anuvadam. As per the translation, you can say of those seers. So Tesham Rishinam. Atva Tesham Rakshasana. Uvaya Pakshi api Sambandha kutra asti. What is the Sambandha? Rakshasanam kim? Atva Rishinam kim? Rishinam what? Vachanam? Or what is it? What even translation? In the presence of, okay, Rishinam Sannidhau, Rishinam Samaksham, iti adhyahartavyam. You have to supply that word because it's not there. Rishinam agre, Rishinam Sannidhau, Rishinam Samaksham, iti adhyahartavyam. Okay, now so that could be one way out. Okay, then could be, okay, let's go next one, Rakshasana. Rakshasanam kim? Shashti bhavachanam Ramavat Shabdaha. What is the sambandha here, Karthik? What with what?
Rakshasanam Vadaha.
Could be Rakshasanam Vadaha. Vadam rather I should say. So Rakshasanam Vane could be also. Right? Rakshasanam Vane. Hari, your mic is not working, Hari. I know you raise your hand, but your speaker is not working, Hari. I keep you unmuted. So if you want to speak or if you want to type, you can type your question. Okay. So Rakshasanam Vane, Rakshasanam Vadam Pati Shushrava. So you're supplying two things now. So Tesham Rishinam Sannidhau. Rakshasanam Vadam Pati Shushrava Tadavane. This is one way out. Then still you have a small problem because the next again is saying Pati Jnatascha Ramena. So the same thing is coming in the next. Vadaha Rakshasam Sanyati. So same thing again. Okay. At this point, we have done a little bit of homework. Now we can go to the, Vyakhyanam. So Vyakhyatrinam matam kim vartate. Tatrapi bhinna bhinna abhiprayaha uktaha prakatitaha. So they have given different opinions there also. Okay. Hari has given us the meaning. Why is prati a pruthak padam? Because prati is an avyayam, Hari. It is, and tinganthana samasana sambhavati. So prati is an avyayam because of pradayaha, and then we get the sutram upasarga kriya yoge, and te prag dhatoho. Te prag dhatoho is also Panini says. Te prag dhatu is Panini sutram. In 1.4 you'll find it, 1.4 I think it is, yes, 1.4. So only thing was Panini says they come before the dhatu in bhashayam. In Vedas they come afterwards also sometimes. So that is not a samasa. So because of supa anuvritti goes in the samasa prakaranam. So you cannot take a tingantam and generally make. You cannot say agacchami, aham agacchami, I don't go. You cannot do that. You see how to say aham nagacchami. So that's the reason why it's not a samastam padam. So supa anuvritti. Okay, let's go and see, try to get some help. So this is how Ramayanam is. This is why I say Ramayanam. It's not like Balabharati. It will not be like that. You will not get exact everything, like perfect fit everywhere, But you have to do your homework, get, some shloka Ramayana like that. Ramayanam, almost 80% will be kind of straightforward. But 10-15% will be like this, We have to solve some issues. We have to look at the possibilities. Parya ke santi. So, kutra adhikam sadhuttam. So where is the better usage? What can you justify? Okay, and then tat paschat, tika darshanam, avalokanam. Look at the tika. Let's see what number is this? This is number 44. And the short and sweet tika says that the saharamaha, we got that. And tesham rakshasanam vadham, got that. See, Gita Press has followed this top commentator. That's what their top means. That generally listed first in the commentaries. Okay. So Rakshasanam vadham tasmin vane tebhya rishibhya pratishrava. Now what he did was that he changed the tesham to tebhya pratishrava. So he promised that unto them. So he promised the destruction of the Rakshasas unto the rishis. So tesham tebhya iti arthaha. So that's what he said. Now I think another one says tebhyam tesham sannidhau. Another one has interesting opinion now. The second commentator says that the rakshasanam sambandhi tesham rishinam vakyam prathana vachanam, he says pratishrava angikritavan angichakara swikritavan. So he says ateva anena Pratignatascha iti asya na paunaruktam, paunaruktyam, paunarukti dosha nasti. Because what he says is that he's saying Pratishrava is his angi chakara, is swikritavan. He accepted their proposal. So Rakshasanam sambandhi, tesham rishinam, it says vachanam or prathanam, Pratishrava tadavane. Okay, that's the second commentator. The third one, he says, Rakshasanam Vane. So now he's saying Rakshasanam Vane is making it now, in the forest of the Rakshasas. Dandakaranya. Tesham Rishinam. Tatha Patishrava. Tatha. So he says, then Rishinam is probably taking Sannidhau. Tatha. So he says, just as they had requested, so he promised. He's supplying Tatha, by the way. Tatha Patishrava. Tatha pratishrava. So these are various ways in which they are justifying. So you can see all three of them give three different meanings, and some of them are given different possibilities also. They've given different possibilities. So the problem was that tesham is a sarvanama shabdaha. So atra spashtam nasti tesham rishinam atva tesham rakshasanam or rakshasanam. Yes, rakshasanam, correct. Then sambandha api spashta nasti. So we can say, tesham rishinam vachanam atva tesham iti chaturthatya shashti. It can be chaturthatya shashti. Because shashti shesha. Shashti shesha means that, it can be used in or miscellaneous meanings. Shashti can be used in the sense of other vibhaktis also. We have to be cognizant of that. So shashti is not a very flexible vibhakti. You don't have to take sambandha is prayana, most of the time sambandha. It can be dvitiyarthi api, chaturthya api prayujyate. It depends on vivaksha. Sheshe means when the vivaksha of the speaker is not that, he can use shashtis also like that. So tesham, and as I said, that tesham rishinam is tebhya rishibhya. But I like this one which is given by this tilak, I think, what is tika, the Shiromani. Shiromani tika he has given is that tesham rishinam prathanam Rakshasanam, but then you make sambandhi. The problem there is that you make Rakshasanam sambandhi prathanam. Pratishrava is svi chakara. Now, another problem is that this Rishinam, Agnikalpanam, Dandakarana Vasinam is taken up here with Tesham now. So that also is another problem. Otherwise, what you have to do is that take this Shashti Chaturthi Arthe is Rishibhyaha, Agnikalpebhyaha, Dandakaranyavasibhyaha, Pratignyatahascha. So he promised it unto them. That could be another way of justifying that Shashti. Govindra, that's what he's saying. He's saying that Chaturthiyarthe Shashti. That's another problem down in number 45. And the Tilaka Tika is say the Sannidhav is that Rishinam Sannidhav again down he says. So that's what the Gita Press has got, by the way. This in the present. So this Gita Press has followed the Tilaka Tika. So Tesham Rishinam Sannidhav. And then Agnikalpanam, Dandakarana Vasinam iti Visheshna Dvayam. The adjectives for rishis. Okay. So we'll go with the Gita Press translation. But do you know how these various issues are arising over here? So Saha Ramaha, Tesham Rishinam, Sannidhav iti Adhyarutam, supply the Sannidhav. Then Rakshasanam Vadham Adhyarutam, supply that. Pratishrava, he promised. Tada Tasmin Kale, Tasmin Avasare. Vane, in that forest. Now let's finish off these two. Visheshana Dvayam is Visheshane. Agni Kalpana. What do you think is Karthik? Agni Kalpana. This is Ramavat. This is Ramavat Pratipakam.
Ramavat Pratipakam. It's Samasa. I think it's Upapada Samasa.
No, this is Taditanta Pratyay. Believe it or not. This is a Tadita Prayoga. Because there is a Panini Sutram, which actually Govindaraja also gives. He says that there is the Ishada Samaptau, Kalpap Desha Deshi Yaraha. Ishada Samaptau, Ishad Asamaptau. Means is Kinchid Nyunam. This is I think 5.367 in the Ashtadhyayi. So Yatra Kinchid Nyunata Asti. They're slightly short of that. So Agni Kalpanam is Agni Tulyanam, Parantu Kinchid Nyunata Asti. They slide almost equal to Agni Devar, Agni Kalpana. So this can be used after the say Patu Kalpaha. Patu is he's clever, he's skilled. Patu Kalpa means he's almost skilled. He has some small thing, So Vayakarana Kalpaha. He's a Vayakarana, but he's slightly a little bit short. Vayakarana Kalpaha. So he says Mudhu Kalpaha. Means it is tender and soft, but a little bit hardness is there, So Patu Kalpaha, Mudhu Kalpaha. In the Kosuke, Tingata doesn't take it. Take Pachati Kalpaha. He can cook, but once in a while, a little bit short. So that's what it means. This Kalpap is a Pratyaya. So Agni Kalpaha means so what meaning does he give here? Is that Agni Kalpanam Ishan Nyunam Agni Sadrishyam Praptanam. So Ishad Nyunam Agni Sadrishyam Praptanam. So they had become Agni Sadrisha, but they were not quite Agni, but very close to Agni they were. So Ishad, so Agni Kalpa, Pratyas Kalpap. Kalpa is Halantyam, so Kalpa. So that's Agni Kalpanam. So remember this Pratyaya Agni Kalpa. Not very uncommon, not in Gita. It's not in Devamatma either, but it's not very uncommon also. You can see the Agni Kalpanam. And then Dandakarana Vasinam is easy. Dandakarana is Karmadharyaha. Dandakarana Vasin, it is the Pratyanini, Tachilye, is Supya Jato Ninis Tachilye, Pratyayini, so one who dwells habitually in that forest. So that's the vision of the Rishina. Now here also you have to go back, connect with the Tesham back here and skip this pada over here. So that is another issue. So in that case, he says Chaturthiyate Shashti, Govindaraja says, he promised it unto them. Who were this? So Rishibhya Agnikalpebhya Dandakarana Vasibhya Ityartha. This is the second way out. Either you take it back here and say Sannidhav, or you supply something, and that could be the second way out that you can justify some of these things. Okay, now what is left? Now this part, Pratignyataha. Okay, what is that, Karthik? It is Prathama Ekavachanam.
It is Prathama Ekavachanam. Pullinga.
Yeah. Pullinga is qualifies Visheshanam for Vadaha.
Vadaha.
Vadaha. It's a Karmi Prayogaha because Tayoreva Krutyakta Khalathaha. Karmi Prayogaha. Because normally a Kartari Krut Pratyaya is used in Kartari Artha, but this is the Kta Pratyaya is used Karmani Bhava Karmano only. So this is a passive form. So Ramena Pratignyataha. Nya is to know, Pratignya is to promise. So by Ramaha it was promised the destruction. The Sanyati. What is that vibhakti there? Sanyati.
Saptami Ekavachanam of
Saptami
Sanyat.
Ekavachanam of Sanyat. Sanyat is very interesting. Saptami is Sanyat. Yat is to strive. Sanyat. I guess that in which everybody strives for victory. Sanyat. Sanyati Rakshasam. Sanyati is Sanyuge. Yuddhe. Sanyati. Rakshasam. Sambandha with what?
Rakshas Pratipadikam.
Rakshas Pratipadikam. Now one thing interesting note is that Rakshas and Rakshasa both we had here now. Is also a Gana of Pani. Prajnadibhyo and Swarthe and Prajnadibhyascha. So we word like Prajna and Prajnaha. Manas and Manasa. You know, Rakshas and Rakshasa. So now when Tadita comes, you get a Artha Parivartanam. But Kwachi Swarthe Vibhavati. Also be Swarthe in some places. This is Swarthe. No change in the meaning. So Rakshas and Rakshasa will become like that. Prajna and Prajna. So these are words like that. And so this is Rakshasam is actually, as Karthik said, is Shashti Bhavachanam of the Sakaranta Prajpatikam Rakshas. The Sambandha Kutra Asti, Kutra Sambandhyate, Rakshasam what?
Rakshasam Vadaha.
Rakshasam Vadaha, Pratignyataha. Okay, good. So that's, I think that's, but this was a difficult one because there's some possibilities and Gita Press has made some choices which we just discussed. This is Ramayanam for you, that you have to make some decisions and understand. And because particularly this one skipping this whole thing coming down here, you have to either make Sannidhav or make it Chaturthi otherwise, and then accept what they have said. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer over here. You have to make a choice ultimately. You can see what the Tikakara has to say, and then decide on your own what you want to do. Let me see. Who wants to do the? Radha can do it here. Okay. Radha, can you do this one for us?
What is it, Satyaji?
Just the Anuvada.
Okay.
Okay. Now, in the presence of.
In presence of.
That is to be supplied. Sannidhav.
Oh, okay.
That is a Sannidhav. That's from the Tika. That's from, because it is a Shashti Suchitam Padam. Shashti Suchitam. It has been indicated, suggested by the Shashti is Sannidhav. So because of the Shashti Sambandha Kutra Asti, you cannot see. So Shashti Suchitam Padam. The Shashti is suggesting something, and that is Sannidhav. So okay. So Tikaya Labhyate. So you can see in the presence. Then of those seers.
Tesham.
Correct. Tesham, very good. And then?
Rishinam.
Rishinam. So Tesham Rishinam. Those is Tesham. Seers is Rishinam. And dwelling in the forest of Dandaka.
Dwelling in the forest.
This one over here, right? Dandakaranya Vasinam.
Oh, okay.
Dandakaranya Vasinam. Okay. And glorious as fire.
Agni
Kalpana.
Kalpana.
Agni Kalpana. In an encounter. No, I'm sorry. I missed. Sorry. Sri Ramaha.
Sri Ramaha. Saha.
Saha Ramaha. Then.
Tada.
Tada probably then at that time. Agreed. Pratishrava. Agreed. Agreed to kill.
Vadaha.
Just you have to supply it. Rakshasanam vadham. Again, it is also Shashti Suchitam Padam. It's because vadam miti nasti. So adhyahartavyam tikaya. From the commentary or from the Shashti Suchanam to supply that. Because this is the what else could it be, right? Rakshasanam Pratishushravam is what? Rakshasanam vadam eva sambhavati. So that is I'm sorry.
Vadaha then. Vadaha,
So
what will it
that's
be?
the next line, you know.
Oh, okay.
This one is taken as Pruthak Vakyam, the second line. Oh, you're right, because you can take it from this one and bring it up over here also. That's the other way. You can take this Vadaha and make it as a Dvitiya and bring it up here. And that's the other justification for that also. The same thing. So to kill is you have to supply Vadham. And because the problem is, not problem, but the good thing is that you have Vadhaya over here. Vadha in this one. So Madhyavarti Vakye, Vadamiti Adhyatum Shakyate. So it's possible that you can easily supply Vadham in the middle space here because you have Vadhaya over here, Vadha over here. From the context, Sandarbhat, you can easily supply Vadham over here also. So Rakshasanam, to kill is supply Vadham. The ogress is the Rakshasanam Vadham. In that forest,
Vane.
Vane. How about the word Ne? What is Ne?
Cha.
No is Cha, Ne is Cha, and so also. Moreover, the destruction,
Vadaha.
Vadaha,
Vadaha.
of the ogress is
Rakshasam.
Rakshasam. Sakaranta, like Manas, it's like Manas Pratipadikam. Vasu has a question. 1 second. Yes, Vasu?
Satish ji,
Yes.
I am looking at the Tika here, Govindaraja Tika. Rakshasam Vadaha Kartru Karmanoho Kriti.
Karmano Kriti, yes. What it is that?
Karmanyarte Sashti, and which that is the same Vada, right? Ramayana Vadaha.
No, Rakshasana, he saw Rakshasam Shashti, that is the one he's talking about. The Rakshasam, right? It should be, it is the object of the killing, right? So normally what you have Karmani Dvitiya. Dvitiya should have been the Dvitiya. So it would be Dvitiya, it would be Rakshansi Vadaha. But then Panini has a sutra which says that Karta Karmano Kriti Shashti Vibhakti Vidhiyate. If we have a Krit Pratyaha, which Vadaha has in that, then the Kartu, like Krishnasya Kritihi, the act of Krishna. Krishnasya Kritihi. He is the Karta of that. We take Shashti. And then Karmanoho, the Karma also will take the Shashti. So the Karma or the Kartru of a Dhatu, which is intended Krudanta form, will take Shashti. But that has important apavadas, by the way. Now that you asked the question, so we won't go in detail in this class because, not a Vyakarnam class, but the rules are as follows, This one is Karmani Dvitiya. Karmani Dvitiya. That's Utsarga, the default rule. Then comes below there is the 65, which Panini says is the Karta Karmanoha Kriti. Okay. With the Karta or the Karma of a Dhatu, which is in the Krudanta form has been taken. Then Shashti Vidhiyate. But then comes the important Apavada 69. Naloka Vyaya Nishtha Kalarthatuna. For example, Rama Vanangataha. Vanangataha. Now why won't you say Vanasya Gataha then? Because Vanam is the object of going and Gata is a Krudanta Padam. Atra Kasmat Shashti Nabhavati. Because of this Apavada in 269. It does the Pratyaya Nishtha Pratyaya. We'll go back to Dvitiya. Don't use Shashti, go back to Dvitiya. Any Avyaya, for example, Karyam Kartum, right? Annam Bhoktum. Now, why we should say Annasya Bhoktum then? Yadi Shashti Vidhiyeta, Tarhi Atra Anna, so it will become Annasya Bhoktum. But no, any Avyaya also will not take Shashti. It will take Dvitiya only. Like for example, Pravachanam Shrutva. Shrutva also is an Avya Padam, even though it's Krudanta Padam. And by this Sutram, Kartikramana Kriti, the karma of that should become Dvitiya, Shashti, sorry. But this 69 is a very important Apavada for this 65. So because of 65 is not seen many times, because Apavada is so big, it takes away a lot of important things from that. So anyway, that's what Govindaraja is saying is that in this shlokaha, Rakshasam Vadaha, Rakshas is the object of the Vadaha. But this Kudantam Padam is here. So by this 2, 3, 65, you have to make the Shashti Vibhakti has to be used. That's what he's saying. So if you have some time, you can look at details maybe in Bhami Vyakhya. Look at 2, 3, 65, and 2369. Of course, 232 is the Utsarga Karmani Dvitiya. Okay, so you can look at those. That's what. So he's explaining the Shashti of this Shashti is explaining over here. Rakshasam is what he's explaining the Tika. Okay, so where were we? Radha, will you finish that? Destruction of the ogres.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the Rakshasam. We got that.
Rakshasam.
In an encounter.
Sanyati.
Sanyati. Pratipatikam Sanyat was solemnly promised. Pratignyata. Prati is solemnly promised. Pratignyata. By Ramaha.
Ramena.
Okay, good. So that is that. This was a bit of a difficult one. So spend some time on this because not very straightforward. Next one will be easy, I think. Tina tatraiva vasata janasthana nivasini virupita shur pranakha rakshasi kamarupini. One more time. Tena tatraiva vasata janasthana nivasini virupita shur pranakha rakshasi kamarupini. Take this one, Ravi. Do it for us.
Yes, Satishji.
Okay, go ahead.
Tena tatra
eva Buddhirechi tena tatra eva, correct?
vasata janasthana nivasini virupita shurpanakha rakshasi kamarupini.
Okay. So tena is what is the? It is
tena trutiya ekavachanam.
Tritiya ekavachanam. So the alpavakyam is that tena shurpanakha virupita. So virupita. She was deformed by him. Lakshmana dvarena, along with through Lakshmana, I guess. Okay. So tritiya ekavachanam means the Ramena. Okay. Because Ramena is coming in the prior shloka. So anuvartate. Rameti anuvartate. Tatra is what says that is the avyapadam, right?
Avyaya, yes, tatra.
Saptami astral. So saptami is tatra will be what? In what meaning will be tatra is?
In the forest.
Will be what? Tasmin vane.
Tasmin vane, yes.
Tasmin vane. Eva.
Eva is avyaya padam.
In staying there itself. So vasata.
Vasata is trutiya ekavachanam.
Vasat pratipadika.
Vasat, yes.
So by him who was dwelling there itself, vasata is tritiya ekvachanam. This will be kind of tricky. This is not like Sita or Lata or Ramavat. This is vasat because we will not fit the context anyway. You start qualifying Surpanakha, not make any sense. So tena vasata is because this is very tricky because if you look at unfortunately in this case, if you look at the Samadhikaranam, Nivasini, Virupita, Shurpanakha, Rakshasi, Kamarupini. So Sahacharyad, Atrapi, Pratama Bhranti Syat. We think this is Pratama here also. It is not. Because, Vasat is the Pratipadikam here. Because if you take Vasa and make the Nishtha, it will become Ushitva. So, okay, now the what is the so vasat actually what is Nishtha prayoga of vas dhatu? Do you know? Is it ushita? Ushitva shashvati samaha. That comes in the Gita. I think it will not be vasata anyway because dhatu is vas. Where the akara come? Nishtha prayoga you will not get the akara anyway. So it will not be the correct. Let me look it up quickly if I can see it. I don't put the wrong information because dhatu was ushita, correct? Ushita. Okay. All right. Now vasata and then janasthana nivasini.
It's like nadivat.
Nadivat. Prathama ekavachanam. What kind of samasa is this?
This is a Shashti Tatpurusha.
It will be Uppada samasa, right? Because nivasini, nivasin. Someone who dwells in janasthane, nivasati tachilyena. So one who always dwells in janasthana. Janasthana is the name of that place. Is a pradeshasya namadheyam. Interesting name, I guess. Probably Raksho Janasthanam, probably means it was the place of the Rakshasas, I guess so. I don't know how that name has come, because Janasthan normally means the place of the people, but maybe the people here means the Rakshasas, I guess. But anyway, it is that between Janasthan and Nivasini is going to be Uppasamasa. Janasthane Nivasati Tachilyena. Janasthana Nivasini. And of course, you add the ending E, that's feminine affix, Neep, you're adding at the end. So she who was dwelling in that forest habitually, in that place called Janasthana. Now, Virupita, what is that going on there?
Virupita is like Lata.
Latavat, Prathama Ekavachanam.
Prathama Ekavachanam.
So
Similarly,
Virupita is, okay. Now here, what kind of form is Virupita?
It's qualifying Shurpanakha.
Shurpanakha, correct. Virupita Karna Nasa Chedena Vairupyam Prapita. Vairupyam Prapita is what he's saying. She was, who was, by the way, in this case, he's given the, I'm looking at Govindaraja, says Janasthane Nivasati iti Janasthana Nivasani Supya Jato Ninistachilye iti Ninihi. So we were correct on that. And then what does he give on the Virupita Rakshasi? Vairupyam Prapita is Vairupyam Prapita. Okay. And then he also gives one explanation. Lakshmanasya Rama Bahutvat. Lakshmana is like the right hand of Ramaha. Lakshmanasya Rama Bahutvat. Ramasya Virupa Karana Kartrutva Uktihi. So Ramasya Virupa Karana Kartrutva Uktihi. Even though Rama didn't do it, Lakshmana is like his right hand. So he had it done. So that's how we call it. Virupita Nasika Chedena Kuchita Rupam Prapita. Okay, so Virupita is so Rupayati. Rupa is just to describe or to make. Virupayati means is to deform, Virupita means like made deformed, who was deformed. So the Rupayati, and this is I think Nishtha will should work here. Virupita. Is there any other explanation that giving Janasthanam Vasina Vairupam Prapita? Okay. Actually, he gives another interesting thing now. He says that Viruddham Rupam equals Virupam. Tat Sanjatam Asyaha iti Tarakadidvad itach. Okay, now what this is that let's say this can be taken as Nishtha, it can also be taken as this Pratyaya, which is a Tadita Pratyaya. Tadita Pratyaya called itach is called Tadasa Sanjatam Tarakadibhya itach. Now, for example, we say Pushpitam Pushpitaha Vrikshaha. Pushpitaha Vrikshaha. So what does that mean? So Pushpani Sanjatani. Ti Pushpitaha Vrikshaha. So Asya Sanjatani. So in that in which flowers have shown up, have appeared, is called the Pushpitaha Vrikshaha. So Tarakitam Navaha. So which will mean that is the sky in which the stars have appeared. So Taraka is the Gana. Taraka the Ganaha. And let me give the number for that. So this is another way you can do it. Instead of taking as a Nishtha Prayogaha, you can take it as a Itach Pratyaha, which is Tadita Pratyaha, and say Tadasya Sanjatam, Tad Asya Sanjatam, iti Itach Pratyaha. And of course, you then do the Yasya teacher, remove the Akara of the Virupa. So it says, Viruddham Rupam Virupam, Tat Sanjatam Masyaha, iti Tarakadibvat itach. The thing, if you don't know some Vyakaranam, if you just look at this commentary, what is he saying? Tarakadibvat itach. You'll not know what he's talking about. That's the Vilan Vyakaranam, because you cannot appreciate these tikas unless you know some Vyakaranam. Visheshataha Veda Bhashyam Patitum na shakyate. It will be very difficult to read Veda Bhashyam and appreciate that without knowing Pani. See, Pani Vyakaranam is almost like a starting point for Veda Bhashyam. So if you don't know that, then you don't know what the Tikakar is trying to say. It's very, very confusing. They use all these technical terms, and at least if you can know the technical terms, but this number by the way is 5236. Sutram is 5236. Tadasya Sanjatam Tarakatibhya itach. An example that he gives is that Tarakaha sanjataha asya nabhasaha tarakitam nabhaha pushprito vrikshaha. And so a lot of other examples he gives. So vyaditaha, so kusumitaha, pracharita, so vegitaha, a lot of things he gives. Okay, so that's another way of taking this one. So virupita, you can take it as the itach pratyaha. So virupam sanjatam asyaha virupita. Shurpanakha, what kind of compound is that?
I have no idea, Satish.
This has to be a kind of a bahuri, right? Because we're not talking about the Shurpa or the Nakha. We're talking about the Rakshasi who has nails like the winnowing basket.
Oh, okay.
So Shurpa what? Shurpa sadrishaha nakhaha yasyaha sa. So one who has the, let's see the Vigraha Vakyam here. He says Shurpa tulyaha nakhaha yasyaha sa. So one whose nails are look like the winnowing baskets. And then there are two things appearing over here, by the way. Two interesting points, I know we're running out of time a little bit. The interesting points is that it is natva. It's nakara adeshaha. What's the problem here, Karthik? Ravi, what is the problem here? What is nimittam for the nakara adesha is rashabhyam known as samana pade. Repha, nimitta rupaha, repha. This repha is nimittam. But then what is the problem here, Ravi? Is there a problem?
So Akupangnum Yavayepi, we have Pakara.
That is okay because pakarasya akarasya vyavadhanam asti. So that is the tena badhana bhavati because pakara is pu antargataha and the akara is at pratyahar antargataha. So it's both are fine. Yes, Karthik has yes, Karthik?
It's because they are not in samana pada.
Not samana pade. Like Ramanama, Gandharvagana, Ramanatha. In all this it doesn't become Ramanatha, become Ramanama. Then why here it becomes Shurpanakha then? If Ramanama is not becoming Ramanama, then how she is becoming Shurpanakha? Okay. So that what is saying is this is a sutram like Narayanam, by the way. Now Narayan is interesting one now. So Naraha, this has various etymologies given, but Naraha they take as Narasamuhaha. Ayanam asya, see Narayanam. So there also the same problem. You have Nara and the Ayana. How become Narayana became? Because not Samanapade. So now we have to find this sutram, and that sutram is
Sutra Satish.
is
Upasarga Asamasepi Nopadesha.
that's no padesha. It has to be a upasarga. It should be dhatu's nakar, no padesha. No padesha dhatu. This is not. This is a pratipadikam nakha. But here Govindaraja and other tikakar also gives Shurpanakha ityatra purva padat sanyayam agaha. If it is sanya, if it is Vasu as Vasu is the question, I think. Yes, Vasu? Vasu, any comment? I think your mic is not working. Okay. So this is 843. And what this says is that if you have a Purapada nimittam, Purapadastham nimittam, which you do have, Shurpa. So Repa is Purapadastha. This is in the Samasa, of course. Purapadam is Samasa. And then if it's Sanyaya, so Shurpanaka is that Rakshasi's name. Is not anybody who has, Shurpatulyaha Nakhaha. That specific person is called Shurpanaka. Sanyayam Agaha. So that it should not be the, that Ga should not be there. So in the Purapan. So 843 is a sutram. So right below, remember the sutram. When you want to justify, yeah, Radha gave me us, it's a samasa, correct? It's a samasa, it's not samana pade. And when you want to justify this nattam in a samasa, this is the one that you can use when the nimittam is purapadastham and uttarapadastham karyam. Then you can try to use this one if it is sanyayam. The 843 can be used. 843 is the sutram which purapada sanyayam agaha. If you look at quickly the not to do too much grammar, but we have to still justify this one, right? If Ramanama doesn't become Ramanama, then why does this one become Shurparnaka is the question. Purvapadasthat nimittat. Uttarasya gakara vajyatat. So we know gakara should not be there in that Purvapadam. Then nakarasya nakara adesha bhavati. Sanyayam vishaye. And the gakara is riggayanam. So rigvedaha. So rig, that gakara is there, then we cannot do. Anyway, we don't have gakara over here because we have shurpa. That's it. Atra gakara nasti. So chintana karya. So that's the one. 843. Pura pada sanyayam agaha. Is 843. This is the one down here. Is what you have to use. The next thing is that there's one more issue over here. Is shurparnakha. This is now being made a feminine form because of this qualifying rakshasi. So should we use the top or should we use the neep? Okay. This is a complicated issue. You will not believe how complicated this is. Particularly when you have a body part, shaira avayava, shairangam, shaira gatram asti chet, in the bahuvri compound. For example, you can say sumukhi. Now sumukhi you made. Now then why not over here? Shurparnakhi. Atra kasmat top prayuktaha. Then why it is, top is coming here and neep is coming over there? So you can, yes, sumukhi is very there. So we can know that. But guda gulpa kuru prushtha. Lalita Sahasranama Stotram. Guda gulpa. Someone whose ankles are concealed. Guda gulpa. Kuru prushtha jeshna prapadanvita. Prapadanvita. So anyway, guda gulpa, I take it that. Guda gulpa. So Guda Gulpa is, you had you have that A over there. So there are these literally complicated rules, and they will come in the 4.1 where you want to Sipatya in Striyam Adhikaraha. As I mentioned to you, no word can be used in a feminine language. Striyam Prayoktum na shakyate. Yavat asya Striyam Adhikarasya avalokanam na syat. You have to examine this Striyam Adhikaraha in 4.1 because, and only then, if nothing applies from there or something applies, you have to of course apply that, then only you can use anything in the feminine in this language. Nothing can be used unless it passes through this examination, this subroutine. It's called Striyam. Striyam Adhikara. It is Striyam is start from 413. I think 413 starts Striyam. After Niya Pradipadika Sojas Ityadi. Tatpashcha Striyam. And the first sutram is Ajadyata stop. If you have something ending in short A, it takes the stop of Pratyaha, then Akasam in Dirgha, it will become Shurparnaka is fine. But, there are many rules below that. And, I think just give me the number and we're out of time. And I'll tell you what the Tikakara is. It's an interesting subject. How they have these different rules. For the Shaira Avayava, when you have these body parts, what different things happen. Let me give you the number there. It is in 4.1, and it says from 54, 55, 56, 57, and 58. And believe it or not, there's a single sutram for Nakha and Mukha. Nakha Mukha Sanyayam. Nakhamukhantas Pratipadikat Sanyayam Vishaye has to be against somebody's name. Nish Pratyayo na bhavati. The nish is not to be used. So you go back to top. And Shurparnaka is an example. Vajranakha, Gauramukha. So this is what it will become. It is Nakhamukha Sanyayam Nish Pratyaya na bhavati. Now where was the nish Pratyaya? Where was nish Pratyaya coming from? Swangacha upasarjanat asanyoga upadhat. If you have swangam upasarjam in the bahuvri compound, if you have a body part, that's the subject of this is that, by the way. If you have bahuvri compound, which unfortunately you have many times, if you have bahuvri compound, and we have a shaira swanga, you have this gatram, shaira gatram or avayavaha, and should be swangam yad upasarjanam asanyoga upadham. There should be no sanyoga upadha to that. Tadantat pratipadika striyam va nishpratya bhavati. Chandramukhi chandramukha. Chandramukhi. The word mukhi is there. Now mukha is a body part, sharirangam, and it has no the sanyoga upadha. There is no upadha, is not sanyukta there. Only mu is there. Become Chandramukhi, Chandramukha. Then but it is then it says, what if there was sanyoga? What has happened then? Sugulpa. Sugulpa it will have. So the gulpa, that gulpa is a sanyoga, sugulpa. It's a complicated thing. Then there are other specific ones after that. Nasika, Udara, Ityadi Pratipadika, Striyam, Nishpatya Bhavati. Like Tunga Nasiki, one who has a high, she has a very high nose, Tunga Nasiki, Tunga Nasika. Then Talodari, Talodara, on a very slim waist. That is, I'm looking at 4155. Then there's Apavada for that. And it goes on like that. But the one that we need is Nakamukha Sanyaya. So anyway, just keep in your mind, a Bahubri compound, which has the Swangam as the Uttarapadam. And then there are various rules which apply, various rules. So we have to look up this section as...
Satish ji?
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, okay.
Since you have been very patient with me, even with very limited knowledge, I'm trying to be in the company of great graduate level kind of thing.
Go ahead.
Taking your advice, I did get the Parimal Publications Ramayanam.
Yes, very good.
This one, all the Tika and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And since I am trying to put pieces together here,
uh-huh.
Unlike in Mallinatha commentary, here there is no sutra reference numbers in here.
Yeah, numbers are not given. Yeah, unfortunately.
Numbers are not given here. As you said, everywhere they say natvam, tache.
Yes, I know.
And all that stuff.
All the technical terms, you have to really do some homework and have some. That's why we have these classes,
Yeah.
As you get, what is soup? Simple thing, what is soup? What is nattam? What is sting? What is tongue? What is nut? What is this? What is that? These are all things which if you study the Paninian, they see by the time you come to Ramayana and teach the Tika, they're expecting that the Panini Shastram. At least, Parichaya asti. They only remind you of what sutra is being used. Because example, if you look at this Shurpanaka, the Vyakhyanam for this, I'm sure you have it in your hand, says that Shurpanaka ityatra Purvapada Sanyaya Magaha iti Natvam, which is 843.
Yeah.
Mukha Nasika Sanyam iti Nish Abhavaha. That is 4158. So now unless you know a little bit of this, what you can do is when you see something like this in quotation in this Tika, look up the Ashtadhyayi index. Take a chance.
If I go to Sanyayam, I'll be able to...
No, just look at the Sutram. Pura Padat Sanyaya Magaha. You have the Ashtadhyayi index you have right at the back of the
okay, I get you.
You can search from...
Padartha Sanyayam would get me directly to this part, is it?
To Sutram. If it is a Pani Sutram, then only.
Yeah.
Or if it's a Vartikam, you can try. Okay, and what you can also do is if all that fails, it might be like a Paribhasha or something. In which case you will not be able to do that quickly. It might be something like that, In that case, you can just post on and we'll reply to you. And if something is in quotation which you don't understand, reply, we'll try to reply. But yeah, you're right. Unless you know the jargon, it's very hard to read these tikas. That's why you have to know Vyakran and Shastram because of this reason. If you don't know, how do you appreciate what they're saying, You cannot even appreciate what the scholars are trying to say. Just because you shut out, because you don't know the jargon, you shut out of that, of that whole vidya. You don't have it. So anyway, we're out of time, but I just want to mention the complication in this word. The two things we looked at is the change from na to na is because it's a sanya, and this is a samasa. Normally not samasa, not samanapade, nattam na praptam, parantu sanyayam pura padad agaha iti nattam. Tatpaschat nakamukhat sanyayam iti nishpati shedha tasmat ta pratyah kriyate. This R at the end is what I was talking about. Okay, Rakshasi, I think we all know Rakshas becomes Rakshasi. And then it's also interesting whether here also same thing. Rakshasa because Prajna Divya An. So Rakshasa ends in short Why not Rakshasa then? Because here also Sutram 4115. which says the pratyaya an is used, you have to use this long E to make the feminine. 4115 Tiddhani. So that's why even though the default rule says Rakshasa should become Rakshasa, because of the an pratyaya we got Rakshasi. In Kamarupini is same thing. One who roams about at will is Kamarupini. Is let's see what is this. He's saying Kamarupini. Ichchaya Nana Rupa Dharini. So Ichcha is Kamena. Nana Rupa Dharini is one who takes different forms at will. Nana Rupa Dharini. Again, Pardini will probably work here also. Okay, so 10 minutes late. So Vilambanam Kshamyatam. But let's do this one. Who can take this now? Somebody new. Hari's mic is not working. Would have been a good one to take this. Okay, let's see. I will bring Vasu back, I guess. Okay, Vasu. Here we go.
Hanji.
Bhavan Adhikrita Anuvadakaraha. You are the Adhikrita authorized translator. Okay.
You are very kind.
Good, so we can give some practice. The ogress. What do you want to use from here?
It should be Rakshasi.
Rakshasi. Shurpanakha. So called because the monstrous possessed nails, which is a nakha, as big as a winnowing fan, is a Shurpanakha. Who dwelt in Janasthana.
Janasthana Vasini.
Janasthana Nivasini.
Nivasini.
So it's a portion of Dandakaranya, okay, and was capable of assuming any form at will. So this is
Kamarupini.
Was disfigured.
Virupita.
By Sri Rama.
Tena.
Ramena. By having her nose and ears lopped off by Lakshmana. That is all from the Tikayaha Labhyate. So Koshtagatam Tikayam Labhyate. Anything in the brackets you take from the Tika. He says Ramasya Dakshino Bahu iti Lakshmanasya Rama Bahutvat. He's like his right hand. So that's how he
in fact she was deformed by Lakshmana than Rama.
So Lakshmana should have been really formed, but is he Lakshanikam?
Yeah, he didn't do it. He had Lakshmana do it.
So, okay, and then by having a nose while living.
Vasata.
In that very forest.
Tatraiva.
Tatra eva. Very is eva. Tatra is in that forest. Tasmin vane, as we said. I think Ravi did that. Tasmin vane. Eva is very. Okay. I'd like to do more, but we are out of time, so we'll continue next time. Now, next should be quite straightforward. I think next are not that difficult. So we'll continue next time. Sorry for the delay. We will, I'll stay back for questions. Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje. Ramena Viyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha. Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham. Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bhorama Mamuddhara Rama Rame Tirame Rame Manurame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane Sri Rama Nama Varanana Onnamati. Okay, Kartik and Ravi. Okay, Radha has a question. I need to talk to you for 1 second. Yes, Radha.
This Janasthana, is like coming into being. Is that the meaning for Jan?
Yeah, Jana is one which is born, Jana. But this is probably, I was thinking Raksho Janasthana is my guess for that. It is a place of these Rakshasas, I think. I don't think the etymology is not given. Let me see if any etymology is given by the Tikakara. I don't think. Janasthane Ravana Bala Nivesha Sthale. It was a place of the camping ground for the Ravana's army. It makes sense because it is the Ravana Bala Janasthanya, maybe. It is the place of the camping of the people of Ravana's army. Then Janasthane, Nivasati, Janasthana, we got that. Janasthana, no commentary by Govinda Raja. And the other one, Janasthanam Nama Dandakaranye. Again, no etymology, but just the name of that Dandakaranya Vibhagaha, Janasthanam. So Ravanasya Bala Nivesha Sthanam. So Jana, I think he's connected maybe his soldiers of the Ravana's army is my guess. I don't know exactly why it's, but that's the name of the Dandakaranya, I think. Yeah, but Jan from Dhatu is Jan only. That which is born is Jana, is I think people. Okay, so that is what I know about Janasthanam. Now Karthik, you'll post these. Now Ravi, you want to post it following Karthik, or how do you want to do this, Ravi?
It's up to you, Satish.
Karthik, you're okay with posting every week, every day one small?
Yeah, I can do that, Satish.
So make it one small. Then what will you, Ravi? You can check it and you can maybe post one more behind it if you want. Is that
Sure,
okay, Ravi?
Satish? Yeah.
Yes.
So Bhai Mein Vyakhya has many exercises.
Many, but you don't make it too much in one day. Otherwise, people will get discouraged.
Sure.
Keep it like only one per day. So let Karthik do one, and you can do one maybe in connecting with that maybe. How
Sure.
about that?
Yeah.
So let Karthik post one, and if he does Sandhi, then you can give another one. Something that if you as far as related to that as far as possible. So that'll be so people will get only 2 per day. If you start doing too big, they will not read it. I think. So
Satish, should it be from Gita or is it some general examples?
Gita as far as possible. Otherwise, you can take your own also. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can take Ramayanam also. You can take.
Okay.
Many examples are here. And first you can keep it even simple things like Upadishkajananasika Talantyam, simple things. There's also you can do Sasajushoruho, Kasana Visajaniya. Not all the time, but you can make like half and half. Take half like simple ones, have a little bit Achake and all little bit difficult ones. You can do that, but try to go through the steps in some detail. At how the Gisanya came. What the guna, then adeng gunaha, then sthanindra tamaha can do, but there should be not more than like, I would say 5-6 lines per day, Otherwise people will not look. You can even take in multiple parts, by the way. If you want, if it's a long example, like today's Sakha we had, you can take it up to one point, and then, we can take it in. And if people are responding, then you can even keep it like a question answer, You can take up to some point, they say, exercise. Let's see if people respond to it. You can even put an exercise at there, The reply to by what sutram this one happens then, That'll be the next step for us, Because I think people are not doing abhyasa, because without abhyasa, this will not work, So, and since we have, because this, I remember we used to get a tip of the day. It's very nice. People have 2 minutes, They don't have like half an hour every day. People have 2 minutes, 5 minutes. They only going to look at the example quickly. But if they look at the sutrams, over and over again, then I think it'll help to get in their mind, Actually, they can go back and look at the emails, and they will see, okay, all the examples were there, and those who want, can look at the examples. That's the whole idea of this, Is because we do sutras in 2 weeks, then everybody is gone home, and next time again we come back, and no practice. But if you get one per day from you, and maybe one from Ravi, and then later on maybe one question answer maybe, then that will get some dialogue. Because what is happening in this class is that, and Ravi also, is we have only 10-15 people in the class. And we look at the website statistics, and they are about like, I don't know, maybe like 30, 40, 50 people who are downloading. So those people, I think they're in different time zone, or they have, different whatever, or they want to be called in the class for some reason. But for them, this will be when they might respond to your email. Like, for example, Sudhir, etc. I know there are people in Ashwini Gurukulam who are, pretty advanced students, but they're downloading. People in Seattle are downloading. Some of them, some people in India are downloading. So some people in Australia are downloading. So they might respond to you. And then, if you keep it simple, so now that's a challenge for you, to get them out of their shell, so to speak. And they will only come out if you keep it simple and make it a little bit fun for them, and keep it a little bit short and sweet also. So we can take. Yes, Anna.
I was just thinking he can send a question, and next day he can do the answer for it, and then send
You can
one
do that.
question.
How about that? Because you can try it once in a while. Maybe give like a small example and a small question, maybe. But thing is that rather you respond to the question. Nobody
No,
responds.
I mean he can give the answer next day.
You can do that. See, nobody responds, give the answer also. So if nobody responds, you can give answer. You can just try that. You can. That's another thing you can do. So it's up to you how you want to do it. But I think look at this group. It has more than 400 members. It has more than 400 members. Of course, they're mostly inactive, but still they're not unregistered. So, and there are literally, if you look at every day, people are some are downloading. We did a statistic on the website. There are 200 visits in the unique visits, 200 unique visits per week. So I don't know it has how many downloading, what they're doing, or looking at the document or what. Even if you divide by 10, still there are 20 downloads per week. So that if you take 40, 40 people in the class, they might come out, and get, because otherwise if people they will drop out. After we go to another few months, this is too difficult, we'll drop out. So the thing of the example is to keep Ruchi Vardhanam, is to keep the you can do questions, you can have a little quiz, maybe give 4 choices. You can use the imagination to see how
I
you
was
want
just
to keep.
thinking, if he sends a question, we can try it out, and next day if he gives the answer, we can cross-check too.
Yes,
That way,
yes. But see,
I
the
mean,
thing is, rather not all people are like you.
not sufficient.
They may not respond. So, so it's up to Karthik, and Ravi how they want to do it. But my suggestion is keep it short and simple and easy in